Good morning, mountain bikers. I'm Chris Wessels, and you are watching MTB Trail Review. Today, we are going to talk about helmets, because I have recently been in the market for a new helmet. And for those of you who don't know, I am an over-researcher. I am going to find every last detail I can on anything before I buy it. And in my over-researching, I settled on one of these two. Both of these helmets are by Smith. We have the Forefront 2, we have the Session, and I really couldn't decide. There's about a $70 price difference. Luckily, I have a friend that was able to help me out with the price. So, I am going to ride both of these helmets back to back, and I'm going to tell you which one I think is more comfortable. As I'm riding, I'll talk about some of the features. Enjoy! This is the Smith Forefront 2. I'm going to do my best to give you a 360-ish view with one hand, but it's not perfect. Sorry. As you can see, there's some good coverage on the back. It drops a little bit further than a lot of helmets that you will see. It has the Colroyd, and it fits very, very comfortably. It kind of rests on the head just right. So this area was recently burned. And it's kind of crazy to just come through and see it. It's almost unrecognizable. There used to be so many, bushes, I guess. Low chaparral that's pretty common in Southern California. These hillsides were covered in it. It looks like a different spot. Kind of wild. Just pay attention. Anyways, let's talk about this helmet for a second. So I'm starting with the Forefront 2. And in doing my research, one of the biggest complaints about this helmet was that it's hot. Now, I'm probably not going to get a good read on that today, because even though it's going to be 87 in my house, where I'm riding in the mountains 20 minutes away, it is currently 38. I could have planned that better. Whoops. Ooh. Yep, that was the right line. So, I still run hot. I'll be sweating at the end of this climb. I'm also on my e-bike today because my trail bike is currently broken. So, but if you saw my e-bike workout video, because I'm on the e-bike doesn't mean I'm not getting a workout and I'm going to push it. So, I'll be sweating. I will bring you back towards the top of the climb. Talk about how I'm feeling. I am nearing the top of the climb here. The sun's out on this part of the trail, which is helping warm things up. I've broken a sweat, but don't feel like there's excess heat. On a hot day, I may give you an update and change that, but so far I'm good. Okay, dropping into the downhill. So just a couple thoughts right off the bat. This helmet's super comfortable. It's way more comfortable than my 100% Altec. I've also, in the semi-recent future, had the Giro Montara, and I love that helmet. The only reason I didn't get another one is because I couldn't find one because of, supply chain issues in the mountain bike world. But this one definitely competes with it. I think I'm too far removed to say if it's more or less comfortable. Definitely on the same plane though. Whew. Wow, this is so much better on this bike compared to my trail bike with all the extra suspension. That's neither here nor there right now. So the reason this helmet is a little hotter is because it has extra Colroyd. I think that's how you say it. Colroyd, something like that, which is supposed to be some of the best protection you can get. This helmet specifically is supposed to be one of the safest MTB helmets on the market. Now, that's obviously important because with mountain biking, if you're riding regularly, at some point you're going to crash. Hopefully it's not a bad one. But it's pretty much inevitable. So you must ask yourself, what is more important to you? Having the most protection out there, having really good protection, and making some sacrifices for comfort and price. And I mean, really, that's a personal choice. For me, I've had enough hard crashes to where protection is paramount. I'm also getting older, and that's just becoming more and more important to me. And this helmet's freaking comfortable. So, preliminary decision is this helmet is worth the $250. And I don't know if I would sacrifice for more comfort at the level of comfort that this helmet already provides. Whew. God, this trail's fun on this bike. Ooh, bad line. I'm really curious to put the session on after this, which I'm going to do as soon as I get back to the truck and compare. So I will bring you back shortly. This is the session. It comes in about $80 cheaper than the Forefront. It has a little less coiloid. It's a lot lighter, and it's a lot more breathable. As you can see, it doesn't have quite as much protection in the back, but it's still a top-of-the-line helmet with MIPS that offers lots of protection. Okay, so I'm in the parking lot, and the difference in the coolness of this helmet is apparent as soon as you get on the bike and start pedaling. I felt the immediate draft over my head, and it felt glorious. Controversial opinion, but e-bikes make mountain biking so much more fun. Like, I'm doing this climb, I'm hitting berms on the way up. It's ridiculous. Okay, back to the helmet. So I'm almost done with the climb. This helmet is way cooler. Not gonna argue that for a second. Way more airflow, and it's noticeable. It's a little lighter, which is nice. But both of them sit very comfortably on your head. So I'll bring you back on the downhill. Okay, different downhill this time, just so you're not looking at the same thing twice. And I'll share some thoughts. So I definitely am a fan of this helmet. It's super comfortable. It breathes really well. And it's just light. Now, as far as protection goes, this helmet still has much better than average protection. On top of having MIPS, it still has some of that coiloid. It doesn't have quite as much coverage as the Forefront 2, but the Forefront 2 has a lot. It has way more than most helmets you would be looking at. God, this section's so much fun. I can't believe I just discovered this. Now, do I have a preference? I honestly haven't decided yet. I think I have, ooh, pay attention to the trail. I think I should probably consider what I'm riding the most. So, once again, I was lucky enough to have both helmets, but if I had to pick one, I think for me, I would probably go with the Forefront, just because of the trails that I ride regularly. I ride a lot of fast, chunky, loose stuff where falls are going to be not necessarily more likely, but more possible. I guess more likely. And they might they have potential to be a bit more dangerous than, say, somebody who rides mostly slow trails or XC stuff. Oh, I almost went right into that bush. So if you're someone who rides a lot of mellower trails, well, the XC stuff, not a lot of chunk, not a lot of like high-speed steep stuff, the session is going to be more than ample for you. If you're someone who rides chunkier stuff, more DH or enduro oriented, I would definitely consider the Forefront 2. As far as budget goes, I do think the Forefront 2 is worth the extra money for the extra protection. But once again, I'm very protection oriented. You have to make that decision for yourself. And as far as the temperature goes, the helmet is a lot cooler, but my riding season is winter here in San Diego. In the summer we get out early for quick rides. I don't ride in the heat a lot, so the Forefront 2 is going to be fine for me. If you're someone who rides in the heat a lot, I would definitely consider a lighter helmet like the Session. So, if you have any questions about the helmets, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Also, the Smith website is going to be a much better source of information than I am as far as technical specifications go. I'm just here to answer questions about how it feels. As always, thanks for riding with me. Or sorry, thanks for riding the trail with me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.